Aloha and welcome to this video on the astrology of 2022 in plain English. I am your astrologer, Tom Tenaglia, and we're going to go over some basic information to help us begin to tap into what it is that 2022 is going to bring. So just a quick announcement about the channel. As you know, this is a fairly new channel, and so what I did was I created a few playlists to sort the astrology information from those who might be very new to astrology or want the astrology information in plain English versus those who may have a background in astrology. So do check out those playlists. This video is for those who are new to astrology, and of course those who may have been around astrology for quite some time can certainly get some benefit from this as well. It's just I'm not going to be diving into the astrology terminology that resulted in this interpretation. I'm just going to talk about the energy itself and what 2022 is going to bring. Okay, so let's begin. So to begin 2022, we do have a new moon coming up, and what the January 2nd new moon energy is it's an opportunity for new beginnings. During this new moon, don't be overly critical or overly materialistic. Learn patience and discipline, organization, planning. It's a great opportunity to start building out those new structures for our lives, the new things that we need to do to achieve our goals and our New Year's resolutions, if you have any, or just the goals that you're currently working on. It's a great energy to begin to plan those things out and to even begin working on them. In addition, during this particular new moon, there's innovative ideas in practical ways for the long term. These are some other energies that are present during this time. So keep in mind, if you're working on things, you have goals for the long term. It's a great energy to tap into those innovative ways to make that happen. And changes are needed that might require a leap of faith. So during your planning and the work that you're doing, if you're wondering, hey, how am I going to be able to achieve this? Hey, there's an energy here that indicates that you may need to just take a leap of faith. Okay, so it's totally okay, totally appropriate. And there's a desire to act out of responsibility and to act quickly. And what I mean by that is there's a desire to do things that you feel responsible for and to do those things quickly. However, you do want to get organized first. So if there's things that you want to do, things that you need to do, make sure that you slow down a little bit to get organized so that as you quickly move, that you'll be doing so in a structured way. That's the best way to tap into this energy. Allow the old ways to guide to the new ways. In other words, it's not just that you're starting something new with forgetting the old. It's more like you're starting something new by building upon the old. And by doing this, it actually may require changing old beliefs. It may require letting go of old structures. It may require truly being truthful to yourself and to others, and taking a new look at some old beliefs, old patterns, old things that may or may not be serving you. Comparing 2022 to 2021, there is some similar energy between them. There's a couple of energy cycles that are going to overlap the 2 years. Those energy cycles do loosen up in 2023, and so in 2022, may require us to adjust to the shifts that occurred in 2021, such as allowing the dust to settle from all the changes in our lives. So if you think about, hey, we kind of made all these changes, and now it's just allowing those to take root, to settle in, and from a societal perspective, really beginning to find the harmony between various viewpoints. A lot of what had occurred in 2021, there's an awareness of different viewpoints, and now in 2022 we're beginning to find the harmony as a society between those. viewpoints. So from a personal perspective, then finding that harmony between yourself and others. Also finding that harmony inside between your beliefs and the things that you want to create in the world and stuff like that. 2022 is generally going to be less intense than 2021 from an energetic perspective. So that's a good thing too. A deeper look at 2022 on January 18th. The momentum begins to start to take action towards something new, and it really begins to pick up there. Of course, these are the dates here are the dates kind of the exact of the energy, and so leading up to it, these energies don't just turn on like a flashlight. They're building up, and then they're peaking, and then they're tapering off, right? So these are kind of more the peaks. So if you're starting to feel that urge already to begin to start something new, that's fantastic. That's going to begin to peak right around January 18th and really starts to continue from there. Mid-February, the energy shifts from the current energy of new ways of thinking and moves to metaphorically healing past issues to reach our goals. And that'll continue for about 18 months from there. Through March of 2022, we're letting go of the things that have outlived their usefulness, the things that no longer serve us. That could be old relationships, finances, etc. And there's an energy present to help make it easier to do that. So if there's a relationship or some financial things that you're working on or other things that you need to be free of, and you've been postponing it, this time period here is actually going to make it a bit easier to be done with those things. Okay, continuing on. Beginning in April 12th, there's a spiritual growth and new ways of thinking. And during this time, you'll be getting, it's like lots of great ideas, lots of great connection to spirit. Anything is possible during this space. Anything meaning you'll have that awareness that all things are possible. And you want to remember to be realistic. So having faith on something is one thing, and truly anchoring the possibility in what's realistic. Researching, if you want to, let's say somebody wants to write a book, and they're like, hey, I finally want to write this book, and beginning April 12th, they understand what might be possible in writing that book. But if they want to do it in a month, that may or may not be realistic depending on other factors, because a lot of the people that I know that have written books have taken a year on them between the production and everything that goes with it. So researching those things to make sure that what you're expecting is possible there. May 11th through October, the plans accelerate. There's new and exciting things for our lives coming in, a focus on the future, letting go of things holding us back, and an acceptance of differences. So if you do your work in creating the plan with the new moon energy and everything at the beginning of the year, then as you see, there's an awareness of things opening up in the second quarter, and then leading into the third quarter of the year, we really begin to accelerate that plan. So this is a year of quite a bit of action that we can take in our personal lives and as a society. So it's definitely a great energy. Continuing on August 20th of 2022 through March of 2023, we can be mentally scattered during this energy. The mind is working overtime, working hard, and so you want to remember to think before speaking. And also, it's just a bunch of ideas, just a bunch of awareness and things going on in our head and in our mind and in our communication with others and stuff like that. So that's kind of it's good from the perspective that we then get to bring that thinking into what it is that we do. The key is going to be to focus it. The key is going to be to take, if our mind is going in a bunch of different places, to direct it to where we want to focus that then allows us to tap into the possibilities that I talked about earlier, and then we begin to be able to put those things into fruition and take action on it with the action-based energy that I talked about earlier. Okay, in 2022, there's 3 weeks, 4 times that year, where communication is going to be even more important. Most years, this particular cycle only occurs 3 times a year for 3 weeks, and in 2022, it actually starts 4 times, because the last one is December 29th. The first 3 periods on January 14th for 3 weeks, May 10th for 3 weeks, and September 9th for 3 weeks is really an examination of our thinking, remembering to focus on the positive. It's a time to go inward a bit and really get clear on our inner thoughts and our inner thinking. And then December 29th cycle of 2022, so pretty much a year from now, is reviewing that thinking and ensuring that we've made responsible choices, ensuring that we've anchored our thinking in something that makes sense in the physical world. There's a big focus on thinking throughout 2022. So if I go back a second here, just a couple back to here, you're looking at the beginning of the year, where we're starting to pick up momentum. We're starting to identify our plan. We're letting go of things that have gotten in the way. Okay, and then in the middle of the year, we're realizing what's possible. So you don't have to know that it's possible when you make the plan. Just make what you're feeling called to make the plan for. Okay, and then after we realize what's possible, then our plan accelerates. Okay, and then our communication continue. These are overarching periods of communication. So during that time, we're going to get our thinking aligned. So again, backing up to we making a plan, and we're just putting out what our plan is. We're letting go of the things that don't serve us, and then we're tapping into possibilities, spiritual growth, new ways of thinking, and then our plan actually accelerates. So those are the 4 major phases of 2022. Throughout that period, there will be different ways of focusing on communication and ideas and information, and that's what this is here. Then just to lay on top of all of that, the months between February 3rd to April 29th is a huge green light to move forward individually and as a society. Okay, so if we go back just again to, where is that going through? That's going through of all this whole period, this momentum, the new ways of thinking, the letting go of old patterns, okay, and even a portion of what's possible. This other energy cycle from February 3rd to April 29th overlaps pretty much that entire period, okay? So it's fantastic to help us begin to move forward individually and as a society, okay? So things are very much possible here. So applying this to your life, the best way that I can suggest to understand how this applies to your life personally is to schedule a reading with me. In this one-on-one reading, you'll discover how these timelines trigger events in your life so we can navigate them with ease. You get practical steps you can take throughout 2022 so that you aren't spinning your wheels going nowhere. You get to ask me questions about your life so you can manifest your goals and finally achieve any resolutions without quitting. I mean, if you're one who sets resolutions or doesn't set them anymore, or doesn't know how to achieve a goal and you just feel like you're going in circles, this is the absolute most perfect time to have a reading with me, because I'm going to go over how to bring all of this energy into your life. And then we'll also talk about, this is something that I do that other astrologers don't do, discover how we can blast through any sticking points in your personal astrology so you don't have to be a victim of circumstances any longer. I have techniques that anything that comes up in the astrology for you personally that we are able to address, we are able to navigate. I'm able to remove the sticking points for you and whatnot. Okay, so yes, you will receive a copy of the recording of the reading if I'll just give it to you anyway, and so you can refer to the information that we talk about as much as you want. And so to schedule your reading, visit aloha.riseaboveyourchart.com/reading. And if you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And as always, aloha a hui ho. I'll talk with you again soon, most likely in the new year. Aloha.